when I was away with Deb the other weekend, we went to a railway museum. That's where I picked up this little Worthington steam pump. I got quite a bit of video of the various artefacts and things that were around. Unfortunately, the railway wasn't in operation, but I'll put some of the video in that I actually took. There's some really nice stuff there, not just train related stuff. There's a traction engine there, lots of stationary engines. All in all, it was a very interesting day. This is a circle cutting jig for use with a plasma torch. The plasma torch goes in there, that's a magnet, and you can draw circles with it. I've got quite a few of these to do. I've got to modify them to take that bigger torch. The torch ideally needs to be 1.5 mil above the surface of the metal, so I have to do some measuring to make sure I bore out to the right depth. We'll take it apart, do a little bit of measuring, and then put these in the lathe and get them bored out. I also going to take the opportunity to use this tool, the True Line 3, which has been developed and marketed by a friend of mine. It should be ideal to help us do these little machining jobs fairly quickly. I've done some measuring and I think I need to bore this out 16 mil, and that's going to give us the right depth. They're nasty bastard things there, and you can hurt yourself with them. So that needs to be bored out to a depth of 16 mil to accommodate that. I think there'll be enough metal there, that should be. Right, this is how this depth stop works. It simply goes onto your chuck like that. It's magnetic, it goes onto the back plate. That centralises it. And all you need to do is put your part in. It'll go up against that back stop every time. It can't be anything else other than touching there. So every part you put in is going to be the same. Once you've measured the depth of cut, every one is machined exactly the same. Change the tip on that boring bar, or change the bar just about there. Nice little high speed steel boring tool here that always gives a good finish. It hasn't got to be an interference fit, it's just going to be a nice fit. It is held in with 2 grub screws, a torch. Right, so we've got the outside size, the diameter sorted, so I can set the 0 on that one. Now what we need to do is make sure I get the depth right. I can set the 0 on the depth and machine each one very quickly. Right, that is a 1.4 slip gauge, and it's just touching there, so I'm going to deem that as the right depth as well. So I put it back in the lathe, set the gear up for the depth, and I can machine them all to that size. Need to put the next one in. It's touching the stop. I can bring the tool out. And so it's cut out to 0. should be it. Give it a spring cut if I take the right, so that's all I've just done. I'll just go and check the depth, but it looks the same as the other one. Big circlips can be nasty things on the catch the back of your fingernail. Right, that's in. Little grub screw there that locks the torch in, and that's now down to the correct depth. I've put a link in the description box of the video to this lad's website. Certainly an interesting bit of kit. I'm allowed to keep this one, and I'm sure it'll prove most useful. It's such a simple idea. It's just absolutely just so simple. That's it there. That's a Jap 2-stroke, yeah?
Jap 4-stroke.
4-stroke.
Side valve.
Alright, yep.
1300 and some cc. Constantly variable transmission.
Is that like a motorbike, the Jap motorbike engine?
Well, they were overhead valves, so it's the industrial version of it.
Right.
Did you get the motor on the top job?
And that what's classed as a platelet ass trolley, yeah?
Yeah, it's a workman's trolley, really.
Workman's trolley. So just used for transporting people?
Yeah, they pulled trailers. But it was to get to the end of the line to do jobs.
Will you slide that along for us?
And then you engage it with that one. So decide what speed you want.
Yeah.
Engage it, and that's the clutch.
Very good speed, huh?
Yeah.
This is all interesting tackle. Quadrants for points and chairs for railway lines.
The Derwent Valley line, we discovered it in a field in Acomb in York. The chap had it in his back garden. I welded all the bottom of those wheels.
You see the pitting on the bottom here.
I did them with I did them at college, so I had the students on them.
Yeah.
And they were all in aluminium housings and they're all shot. Oh. So I've put it on plumber blocks.
Right, so this is what we've come down to pick up. The steam powered boiler water pump, boiler feed pump. Some idea what sort of size it is.
That's the paint shop. And the next one's a woodwork shop. That's a Ruston start compressor. Their start.
Yeah, start compressor, yeah.
Yeah.
A Horizon 300 long bed. A wheel grinder. A screw cutting machine for putting threads on pipe.
And then the ones you don't want, you need to give to somebody clever so they make a statue or something.
Yeah.
You don't want.
This is looking inside a new training workshop that's being built. The idea is to try and get young people interested in engineering in practical way, actually with real machines and instead of computers, actually making things. Craftsman lathe. Milling machine. A Mayford Super 7. A real versatile little machine. It's obviously being used for storage as well at the minute, but it's a nice, bright, clean environment to be trained in, I suppose. This is like a little hidden away sort of corner with projects in waiting to be done. This big oil engine there. There's years and years of fun to be had in here.
Schools, so we do a lot of reenactment during the week, so we're breaking village run for World War II. It's in ticket that.
Very tidy little engine that. This is a sort of farming side of the museum. There's various implements for doing various things to corn and straw. A decent collection of old tractors and some not so old tractors. A blacksmith shop with an actual real fire in and real hot metal.
Nothing too exciting though.
Blacksmith shop. And the real old-fashioned leather bellows. But it was hard work pushing that drill. I was amazed at the amount of different sizes and shapes of tongs there is for wheeling various bits of material. Various types of making machine. certainly plenty to see.
It's like something you need to share alcohol.
Yeah.
Just need to give thanks from the top.
It's not as vacuum pump. I don't one of them.
I did the Morris, this one with the Morris Mine, I did the one where it is public.
You know the story of steamed bananas? So when
Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Can you also like the channel and share the channel to your friends? I'm getting close to 100,000 subscribers. The numbers are creeping up. Be great to get there for Christmas. Anyway, thanks for watching.